You're watching Football Daily, and today we're counting down 10 of the worst debuts in football history. 10. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Milan fans were delighted when they signed Zlatan Ibrahimovic on loan from Barcelona in 2010, but the mood was swiftly killed as the Rossoneri went 2 goals down on the Swedes' debut at Minno's Cesena. Zlatan was particularly poor and squandered the chance for a debut goal and a comeback when he smashed an 87th minute penalty against the post. And with Alexander Pato having 2 goals disallowed, it was a nightmare game for Milan as they lost 2-0. 9. Rio Ferdinand. Rio Ferdinand joined Leeds for £18 million from West Ham in 2000, at that time a British transfer record and the highest fee ever paid for a defender. Ferdinand slotted into a highly regarded back line alongside Jonathan Woodgate and Lucas Radebe, but his debut was calamitous as Leeds conceded 3 goals in half an hour away at Leicester City. The 22-year-old was given the runaround all match, and it ended 3-1 to Leicester, with even Robbie Savage managing to score for the Foxes. Total humiliation. 8. Wayne Bridge. Wayne Bridge has had plenty of John Terry-related problems, but he's struggled on the pitch too, especially on loan at West Ham in 2011. Manchester City sent Bridge to East London in the January window, but the 30-year-old failed to justify his massive salary as the Hammers lost 3-0 to Arsenal in his first game. The left-back was smoked by Theo Walcott in the build-up to the first goal, played Van Persie onside for the second, before hacking down Walcott to give away a penalty and complete a hat-trick of garbage defending. 7. Gervinho. Who could forget Arsenal legend Gervinho? The Predator was an in-demand player in 2011 after a stellar campaign with Lille, and when he scored 2 goals in a pre-season friendly for the Gunners, it looked like they had a star in the making. Unfortunately, Gervinho's competitive debut against Newcastle did not go so well, as he was accused of diving by part-time footballer and full-time dickhead Joey Barton. Cue an enormous brawl in which the Premier League new boy endeared himself to every football fan by slapping the Scouser in the face. Barton went down and Gervinho received a red card and a 3-match ban for violent conduct. 6. Thomas Repka. Thomas Repka had a reputation for filthy play when West Ham paid a club record £5.5 million for him in 2001, hoping the Czech centre-back could provide some defensive solidity. But Repka committed 2 bookable offences and was red-carded in a pitiful 2-0 away loss to Steve McLaren's Middlesbrough, serving a 1-match suspension before being sent off again in his 3rd appearance for the Hammers. They do say consistency is the mark of a great player. 5. Ali Dia. A legendarily shit player, Ali Dia managed to con his way into a spell at Southampton by getting a friend to call then Saints manager Graham Souness, claiming to be former World Player of the Year George Weah. Mr. Weah told Souness that Dia was his cousin and a former Paris Saint-Germain star who had 13 caps for the Senegal national team. Somehow, Souness was taken in, and Dia made his first and last appearance for the club as a substitute against Leeds. He was eventually subbed himself, and his contract cancelled after just 2 weeks. 4. Lionel Messi. A bad performance from Lionel Messi is a rare thing, but one of the little magician's worst games was his international debut for Argentina. The Albiceleste won the FIFA Youth Championship in 2005, with Messi the tournament's top scorer and best player, and his brilliance at youth level led to a first senior cap as a 63rd minute sub against Hungary. But the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner made an unexpected impact when he was sent off just 2 minutes later for elbowing a defender in the face, and ended up crying in the dressing room after the match. 3. Henrik Larsson. Celtic legend Henrik Larsson scored nearly 250 goals in the green and white, but he started off making the difference at the wrong end of the pitch. Coming off the bench for his debut against Hibernian, the £650,000 striker's sloppy pass gave the ball away to Chip Charnley, who scored to give Hibs a 2-1 win. And things got even worse for Larsson on his European bow, as he scored an own goal in Celtic's game against Tirol Innsbruck. Fortunately, the Hoops turned it around and ran out 6-3 winners. 2. Emmanuel Frimpong. Emmanuel Frimpong was always more noteworthy off the pitch than on it, but his time at Barnsley was remarkable for being terrible in both respects. Having never made the grade at Arsenal, Frimpong was sold to the Tykes in January 2014, and immediately pissed off their fans by tweeting, "How am I going to draw girls now?" And in his first game against Sheffield Wednesday, a few robust tackles saw the Ghanaian sent off after just half an hour. Barnsley lost the game 1-0 and were relegated a few weeks later, while Frimpong was released from his contract after only 4 months. 1. Jonathan Woodgate. English centre-back Jonathan Woodgate was considered a superb talent, but his injury record made his 2004 move to Real Madrid from Newcastle a little surprising. Already crocked at the time of the £13 million switch, Woodgate was not fit to play for Los Blancos until over a year later, finally starting against Athletic Bilbao. And he endured an absolutely appalling debut, scoring an own goal when trying to clear a cross before being sent off on 65 minutes. He only featured 14 times for Real in total, but the Madrid fans will never forget him, as much as they might wish they could.
So that was our top 10 worst debuts. Can you think of any we haven't included? If so, stick them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed that video, then check out our iconic Captain's 11. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.